Welcome to Sonia Podcast. So we're going to be talking about master manipulators. I think we all know people that's like that. That's actually master manipulators. I know I had a few of those in my life where they can make people anybody. They can make anybody believe what they are saying. I don't care if it's the president himself. They can make him believe what they're saying. So, I'm going to tell you how to spot a master manipulator. These are the people who actually fits right in the world today. They use power, media, and interpersonal relationships to manipulate people. You know, some of us encounter master manipulators mostly every day. Now, manipulation is actually a form of emotional blackmail. Manipulators use certain behavior to influence how other people think about you, how they feel about you, how they act toward you, without even noticing. In effect, the manipulator gets them to do whatever they want. And this is the problem. It involves covert behavior that the victim can't always detect. Now, many people take that bait, and we end up allowing a manipulator to get away with this. And why is they make you feel guilty and you don't know why? That's one. See, the manipulator rely on constant victimization. They probably had a trauma, wild card, a different episode in their life that they always use to justify the things that they do wrong. They are ungrateful children, bad luck, a difficult childhood, other formulas. These are their favorite ones, though. They display these emotional scars with a certain amount of pride, and even sometimes end up bragging about them. For example, they have a lack of consideration. They respond with something like, "You're angry because I'm not attending, but I have to deal with a father who abandoned me when I was 3 years old." So this makes you insensitive as to criticize someone who brought us such trauma. So you the insensitive person in this situation. You the one that's don't care and they're going through so much. Second, they threaten you, but it's indirect threats. They are still being used from huge leader to small, which is still being used from huge leader to small domestic trials and even expert advertisers. Now, this tactic involves anticipating the worst outcome possible as a consequence of your behavior. Like, let's say if you're a heavy-set person, they'll say something like, "If you keep eating like that, you're gonna look like a pig or a whale." And that's because they don't want you to eat and probably don't have any sort of medical argument to back up what they're saying. They just simply don't want you to act that way. Or when they get mad at you, they'll say, "Move your fat ass." That's because now, if you're overweight to them, they're kind of using it against you. So they're kind of manipulating you to feel guilty for being a certain weight. You know, and then sometimes it bothers them to see how you can actually eat and they don't have an appetite. Or how you actually like food, but they despise food because they may be bulimic or something like that. So they try to make you feel bad for it. Money too. Oh my God. Manipulators always, and this was in my life, always want to tell you what to do with your money. Always want to tell you how to spend your money. And I'm going to give y'all an example. It was a tax season. Me and my ex-husband was supposed to do our taxes jointly. And we was going to get back a great amount of money. And he said to me, he was like, we should take the money, save partial of it, and then do something else with it. And for a minute, I had agreed, but then I thought about it. I'm like, why should I take my money to do what you want to do with it? The saving part, I'm totally on board with that. But it was nothing. You didn't ask me, should we do this, or do you think we should do this? You told me we was going to do this. So I came back to him and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. He says, well, you're not going to do it. I was like, no. He says, well, I'm not filing my taxes with you. You file your taxes by yourself. That was fine with me. I didn't care at that moment. Like, I didn't care. I'll file my taxes the way I want to file it. So that year I wound up filing my taxes, single, and he filed his taxes. The third one is they devalue what you do through sarcasm. If manipulators hate anything you do, it comes off as them being sarcastic, to ridiculing you, minimizing the value of your thoughts, feelings, or actions. Manipulators want others to feel insecure and inferior. So, for example, if you say to them, I want to be the next president, they'll say to you, you numbskull, how you think you're going to be the next president? You don't have what it takes. And then they'll come off and say, well, I hope you be the next president, because then maybe you can actually do something that matters. You see how I just said that? I downplayed it, but then came back up because I'm basically saying you're going to do something that benefits me. That's a manipulator. The next thing about manipulators, they are charmers. Oh my God. They could charm the pants off a damn donkey. This is so true. Like, no one. And when I tell you I had a few of them in my life, I really mean this. They will sit there and just make you out to be the bad person, play the victim so well that people are actually looking at you saying, I dare you, or how could you? So now it's like nobody believes that these people are who they are, because they come, oh, I would never do this. I don't understand why they actually saying this about me. Oh, I truly love her. I truly love him. Or I just want this person in my life. Oh, I need to hear their voice. Or I just love my child. Because, parents can be manipulators too. I love my child. I just want to hear his voice or her voice. Or I don't understand. I've been the best parent I can be. and all along knowing you have not. Then when no one's around, you're actually cursing at this child and telling this child that they are not going to amount to anything. But around everybody else, you're the best parent. You're the greatest. Around everybody else, you're the greatest husband. Around everybody else, you're the greatest wife. And people just don't understand, how can you just mistreat someone that's just so pleasant and so wonderful? But we know that's a lie. They have spun a net of seduction around you and unable to evaluate it objectively. You can see what they do through good eyes, and even though you occasionally have doubts, because some of y'all have doubts, this person will always find a way to remind you that you can't think badly of them. They are too fantastic for you to think badly of. They are the fifth one. They are self-proclaimed judges of life. Without you knowing how, suddenly the manipulator become a kind of spiritual guide for you. They're extremely skilled at telling other people how they should live their life. Oh my God, this is my ex-husband. He will go around. Tell everybody how they should live their life. That you shouldn't do this, or you should live this way. And he will preach to everyone. And everyone will actually take his advice when he don't even live right. He is the master manipulators of all manipulators. Him and another person I actually know. But they both men. And it just amazes me. It amazes me how they always trying to tell you how to live your life. Like their life is perfect. Number 6 is they are good talkers and will change the subject in the minute. In a minute. That subject, you can be talking about art. They'll be talking about penguins. Or you can be talking about the sky. They'd be talking about a car or a house, a TV show. What color do you think the wall should be? And that normally throws me off. I'm not gonna lie. Cause then I kind of forget what I was saying. Because you done changed the whole subject. So now I have to actually remember what I was saying while listening to you to listen to you while you're saying what you're saying. So now I'm confused about what I was talking about, because now my mind kind of is listening to you saying what you're saying. So I gave y'all 6 signs to spot a master manipulator. And I'd like to thank y'all for listening to my podcast. Please give it a 5-star review on speakers, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Please share. Please go to SON. Please follow me at son.ia9795 Instagram, Sonia Santiago Facebook, Sonia Santiago Twitter, Sonia Santiago Pinterest, Sonia Santiago YouTube. You can leave a comment at sgv766752@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment under this podcast. Please go to these websites, www.avilo, use promo code Sonia, www.instacart156, http://podcasters.com, wordpress.com. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee. Have a great day and much love.